Hey, Alex.
No quick intro.
No quick intro.
You got to do it YouTube style. Hey everyone, welcome to the ACP-420 study sessions. This is the kickoff inaugural episode number 1 of what we predict to be 16, maybe. We'll see. Start the bets
16,
now in the
18.
chat. We should start the bet. We should do a giveaway. Somebody gets something free. Whoever gets the closest. How many sessions are we going to need to get through all this material?
I'm going to say 18, if I may poison the pool a little bit. Hello, Vector. 66 is great to see you. So yeah, Alex, ACP-420. We have now done what, 3 of these, and this will be our 4th.
Yeah, this is definitely the 4th one. It's been a journey. Victor, if you got to choose between ServiceNow or JSM, I don't know. That's a tough one. I would say from a career perspective, ServiceNow. Because ServiceNow is a dominant leader. I do not see Atlassian dethroning ServiceNow anytime soon.
No, but if your company's already using Atlassian, you're already familiar with the Atlassian toolset, I don't see this being something that'll hurt your chances going down the road.
I would also add that while ServiceNow is really great at what it does, JSM can be used for a lot more things than just not like a ServiceNow competitor. Like I've built it for intake. I've built it for like a CRM type of thing. I've built it for all kinds of very unique use cases because JSM is the only Atlassian tool at scale that allows you to have free users.
I mean, yes.
Also, I mean, there's also Jira Product Discovery, but
that's why I said at scale. But you wouldn't customize JPD the way you can in JSM.
Yeah, I will add this for ServiceNow. It is a much more complex tool to configure and set up.
Yeah, but we're not here to talk
agree
about
with you there. We often talk about how customizable Jira is, and ServiceNow is, to me, the way I've seen it is more customizable to like the nth degree. But then again, I don't know how good that is.
Probably not very good. Yeah,
I have
analysis
in organizations I've seen that use ServiceNow before that I've worked with. They've had a whole team just to do what one Jira admin could do on their own.
Yep. But yeah, so as Victor says, we're not here to talk about ServiceNow. We're here to talk about JSM, and not even just specifically JSM, but more specifically the ACP-420. So, Ronnie, do you want to share your screen there?
Absolutely.
All right. So hide these. There you go.
Yep. So talking through this thing, we were specifically talking about the ACP-420 exam, which is the Managing Jira Service Projects for Cloud.
Because there's a data, well, there was at least up to a certain point, right? A data center version of this?
Yeah, there was a 400 that was the data center version. It's no longer available.
Got certified in that. I think you and I got certified in that, right, Rodney?
I don't think I have the 400s.
Oh, okay. So that was
300.
That was the last one I took that got me Atlassian certified expert. So I took that, got that, and then became
milestone achieved, right?
Which is something we're hoping to get Alex across the line for with this exam.
This would be the 4th one, although they moved the goal line on me. They added a 5th one.
Oh, are you talking about the Confluence?
Yeah,
the Confluence admin one. Oh, yeah. I don't think it's get all of them. Is it? I don't know if it's changed.
They revamped the Atlassian Certified Expert program, right? I think they said
they revamped it, but you still only require the 4. You're not required to get all of them.
Well, I mean, up until last week, it was all of them.
But still, I'd like to see Alex do the Confluence one just because I like to see him struggle sometimes.
What we should also announce is that this particular test that we're looking at has been revamped as of like 60 days ago, more or less.
Yes. It was the latest version of this got released in April. There is just to kind of
90 days ago.
There was a reason why I told you guys hold off on the 420, hold off on the 420, hold off on the 420. And this is it, because I may or may not have been involved in the creation of this version of the exam.
So just a little behind the scenes magic here. We all do, all of the TGL crew do a number of things involved with Atlassian. And the one thing King Bob does, aside from create content with us here at TJL, is serve what's called a subject matter expert for Atlassian certification, which helps them review questions, make sure they cover the appropriate material, they are relevant, that they're the right amount of difficulty and without being overly so.
They're not sucky
All
like the
those little
120
things.
ones, because the 120 questions suck.
I mean, the 120 or the 620.
Well, sorry, the 620. The 120 was great. The 620 ones suck. That one needs to
And
get
620
revamped.
has not been revamped yet, if I am remembering right, Bob.
That's correct. The 620 has not been revamped yet. I do believe it is within their crosshairs right now.
Well, I mean, it's the only one that has it. So,
And I made a point of this when I talked about my experience at the 620 exam on LinkedIn. Was it felt more like the ACP-100, which was originally it was the server Jira admin, but eventually became the data center Jira admin because we don't have server anymore. The 620 felt a lot more like that exam than it did the 120 or the 520.
yep. So, what is so special about the this 420, and how does it compare to the 620? Because I would say that the 620 is its closest cousin, right?
620 would be its closest cousin. 620 kind of, and as we went through this, we both me and Alex got this impression that it focused very much on what would have been called Jira software a year and a half ago. It did a little bit into Jira work management, but not really go too far in there. It was very agile focused, whereas this one is for service management projects.
Right. And I think that this exam, the 420, is really very related to the 620, because you both look at both exams look at it from a project admin role as opposed to a pure Jira admin role. So this is more related to the features that you have on Jira Service Management projects and what you can do with those.
Although I would argue that 620 was more Jira admin than it was project admin. Heck, I could have taken the test not knowing a single ounce about what it means to be a project admin and probably still passed it just with my Jira admin. That test was so Jira admin heavy.
Mine felt a little more balanced. It felt like maybe half was, okay, this is my hat as Jira admin, and the other half was, this is my hat as Jira admin who trains project admins.
Yeah, that. I'm hoping though, what I'm hoping that comes out of this test is that it's like the 620, but with like 120, 520 type of questions, because the 620 questions just suck so much. Choose 3, choose 4, choose all. What's the worst thing in the world?
Choose those that are not.
I will tell you right now, the drive is to remove the multiple
chooses.
The multiple chooses. What they are moving toward when they're looking to kind of zhuzh. I'm using a technical term here. When they're zhuzhing up the exams, or when they're refreshing the exams, is definitely choose a single answer. So
As that should be.
So
All right.
looking at the broad overview, we're going to be talking about managing and configuring company managed projects. I noticed there's a word there missing, Alex, that should make you very happy.
There's no team managing here.
I
Bless
mean,
that
it
last
doesn't say
info.
anything about it. Obviously, we're going to be managing the project role memberships, customer permissions, customer organizations. This is a much bigger thing in Jira Service Management because of how service management projects are licensed out. Enable features based on business requirements. This is something that if you've taken the 620, you've taken the 120, you should be familiar with this kind of process of figuring out what the business requirements are and designing based off those. Creating configure request types, forms, SLAs, all the individual things that make service management what service management is, including on-call schedules, escalation policies, alerts. The thing I'm really kind of hesitant on, because this is my weakness, and this is what this next section goes into, is use object schemas, object types, objects, and attributes. This is all about assets. And my understanding is assets can make or break how you use JSM. And I am not, I won't say I'm not familiar with it, but it is definitely something I have not played around with as much as I should have.
Mm-hmm.
And if you thought the last section, assets, was something that had been rarely touched, there's the next bullet point is the new one where you create and configure your virtual agents.
So that's
Correct.
so virtual agents is something I haven't touched at all. I'm gonna pay attention this time to the custom reports and dashboards because that killed me on the 620. I learned my lesson. And I hate assets, but whatever. They're not that hard to figure out once you kind of know what the heck you're doing there.
Yeah.
And I like how they folded in all the ops genie stuff into here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
They just left that SLAs and be done.
So Atlassian does this great thing, and we'll actually go into this a little more detail here in a second, but just the basic breakdown of topics by percentage, distinguish among users, project role permissions at 16%. Again, all of these are rough estimates.
And that 16 though, that there should be a lot of overlap with Jira.
Yeah. If you've done your 620, if you've done your 120, I think to an extent, if you've even done your 520, you should already be familiar with some of these key concepts. Just how do they apply specifically to a JSM project?
Yeah, that next 19% is going to be what makes this a little bit more unique.
Yeah.
Now you got your queues.
And again, JSM's licensed differently than your Jira software or Jira work management projects or just Jira or whatever you want to call it now, because you're licensed for agents and customers can access the front end portal essentially for free.
And through email if they didn't even want to access the portal.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, but you got things that are agent facing, right? Like your SLAs, your queues. You're gonna have things like your approval. I'm assuming there's got to be something about approval in the workflow here somewhere.
It would not surprise me when you talk about approvals. But the fun thing about approvals is if you are you do not have to be an agent. You do not have to consume a license to approve something. So
you don't. That's one of the cool features. But a JSM exclusive.
Yes.
What's next? What do we got?
Utilize specialized capabilities for adding context to tickets. 9%.
Like a request to participants or something?
Some of that. Imagines also some of the configuring the portal where you get the request types and how a request type interacts and is related to an issue type, but is not an issue type.
There are also a few parts if you are a customer inside of an organization. There are a few things that can show
Yeah.
up in your
Portal.
that helps give context to when the request is actually made.
I would assume you also have something along the lines of those internal versus external comments.
Mhm.
Or at least the internal comments, because that's technically a.
And
They might even go as far
I
as talking
would
about stakeholder licenses too.
add in there knowledge bases.
Yep, definitely knowledge
Because
bases.
a properly developed and built out knowledge base can help you avoid tickets altogether.
Mm-hmm.
So
I would probably add SLAs here as well too, right? Because with SLAs you get the new, your JQL gets updated for breaches on that. Your automation
mhm.
rules have interactions with breaches of SLAs. That's some fun stuff.
So we're also talking about configuring the customer portal, notifications.
Which is
There it
really
is,
the
knowledge
biggest thing
base.
here, right? I mean, configuring that customer portal is like one of the biggest things you do. At least that's where I usually start. I I would say I spend more time configuring that customer than I do workflows and stuff in JSM.
I would agree with that. The workflows, they could be, this is still Jira at the end of the day. The workflows could be as complex as you want it to be, but for especially for JSM, I try and keep it to the keep it simple concept there, where you don't add more than you absolutely need to for a JSM workflow. Okay, we got Victor. I'm curious though, if, like I said, I wanted to eventually get certified for a career, I hear things keep changing. If I didn't want to self-learn, have you guys seen other learning options out there?
I would say change is good. You got to lean into the change here. Jira changes. If I had a manager who I used to hate this. I used to hate change until he told me this, but he taught me that the only constant in the world is change.
Yep.
And so you
Okay.
just got to lean into the change. And the good thing is though that once you get certified, Atlassian has completely revamped their recertification program. So having to retake the test in 2 years is not something you have to worry about if you follow your due diligence, which compared to other certifications I've seen out there, I think Atlassian probably has the lowest, the easiest to get recertified.
Yeah.
And I think to help out with Victor's original question, if he's not so motivated to go and see all of the wonderful Ape Tech tutorials out there and self-learn, or go through the Atlassian self-learning course, there are a few partners out there that do offer training. Some of it is live virtual, or some of it is live period. And when you start going there, yes, you are starting to talk about money. So everything before live instructor is, with very few exceptions, and I know that you're part of the community led courses, Alex, which is free and does offer instructor led courseware,
Which this is
so
technically a part of.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have it posted there. But yeah, no, I would
Um,
say, I mean, I would say if you're on the self-learning path, take a look at the champions. What I do see a lot of folks, non-champions, post things out there in the world, like through Udemy, other paid areas, but those don't typically get updated as often, because as the champions, we're usually on the inside track and we actually care about this stuff a lot. So we go above and beyond usually to get this stuff updated for you all.
yeah. Also, to your point here, Victor, the tests do change. We were just talking about how this test changed. That doesn't mean the older content out there is irrelevant. The basic topics have not changed a lot. They've added new features, certainly, but they haven't changed too much
Yeah.
there. You still get value from the old test materials, but whenever possible, try and find the latest content, the latest Udemy course that just came out, or the latest YouTube series that just came out. I know our friend over
Keen
Rob
Tech.
Heen at Heen Tech. not even 6 months ago did his
He was
420
halfway
series.
through his studies when they flipped the test on him.
Yeah. So always try and find the latest when possible, but understand the old stuff still does have its value.
Yeah. I will shameless plug. I think this is a great transition. If you always want to get the latest and greatest, we are going to be doing an Atlassian Builders Summit here in end of October. So if you guys want to come out to Southern California, learn from the community, by the community, for the community, this is definitely a conference you're not going to want to miss. It's completely free to attend, but you do need to figure out your hotel and airfare. But we will have discounts on the hotel, so keep an eye out for that.
Yeah, I'm waiting on
Are you
some
still on
other plans.
Are you still working on your train death of wheel?
There's that, but the real factor on when we do that, which impacts whether I could go or not, is what my wife's travel schedule looks like for work.
I am this morning. I haven't told my wife. I think she's here, but I'm trying to see if I can
She is
sneak
in
away.
chat.
I'm trying to see if I can sneak away. So Kimberly J. Brown, who's the actress from Halloween Town, she will be along with her boyfriend / fiance at Halloween Town in around the Portland, Oregon area. Like, so I'm like,
Okay, Portland, Oregon, and Long Beach, where the conference is, they're quite a distance away, Alex.
No. Okay, so end of September is where she's going to be there. The conference we're doing is at the end of October. We're fine. We're going to be there. We just not just depending if I want to make a flight out to that area to go see the actual Halloween Town. They take the city where they filmed the first Halloween Town and deck it out into Halloween Town. But now the main witch is going to be there. Carry on.
And by the way, if you guys are not aware, Alex is definitely our designated Disney adult.
I will add proudly. All right. Let's proceed before Sean gets mad at us. Price. Yeah. So the price is $250. Although if you go to like an Atlassian conference or every once in a while, they like to hand out things like this, where they're free little coupon codes or to get a free certification.
Alex, why don't you show us the other side of that?
Absolutely. Let me just go like this. But yeah, keep an eye out.
That card Alex held up, it has a code on the back. That's the reason I was razzing him on it.
I need this code. This is my ticket to the 420.
Yeah.
This one was given away to participants that came to Team 25 in Anaheim. If you did a little scavenger hunt, which was like I think there were like 6 stations you had to go through, you get one of these cards. Sarah Wright found one on the floor, so she got 2.
When I took my 120 last year in Barcelona, certification team, because they know where TJ on, they know us and they've been on the show. They just gave me 2 for just being there and taking the exam. And I've used one of those.
It's like a Kohl's receipt, dude. They give you that Kohl's card just so you come back next week.
I mean, it works. I used one.
Come back for 2 more.
Yeah, I used one to take the 620 not too long ago. That actually ended up giving the other one away because it's going to go before I have a chance to take it to someone else who is gearing up for an exam. But yeah, $250 normally. There are ways around that if you are really diligent. But it's not a bad price for an exam. I've seen some of the, especially higher level, like networking exams are like $5,000 just for the class, not including the test itself.
Yeah. How's my mic sounding? Because Sean's complaining that it's too hot. Is it any better?
It doesn't sound that bad to me.
Right. Sean, maybe you want to check your ears.
Don't talk to Sean when he's hangry like that.
He's looking.
We've already teased him about the snacks.
Dude, Sean's got me like on a hunt for snacks. We're like, wherever we're going, we're looking.
Please, just go to Costco and
no, but like wherever we're at, we'll take a picture of whatever snack we get or whatever snacks are being given away, and then every classic car on the road, we like take a picture and send it to him.
just send him a photo of a veggie tray. We'll see what he says about that.
I don't think
So
you'll
the
like.
Builders Conference, again, coming in October to Long Beach. It's also going to be Atlassian's first vegan community-led conference. You heard it here first.
Do you
There
think
you
so?
go.
Boo. I want people to show up, not show up. All right.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
You have 3
Great
hours to
overview.
take the test. You have 3 hours to take the test, which is usually for someone who's seasoned, like the three of us in this room. My opinion, that's enough to run through the test 3 times.
It is. I usually
yeah.
run through the test about an hour.
Yeah. So which goes to the next one. You have about 75 questions. I don't like the up to because every time that I've taken the last 3, the up to is the number.
Well, there's a reason, and that is the tests are shuffled. You may get a few questions that they're trying out that don't count, but they you may get like 1 or 2 of those type of questions that just to try out.
So the entire 620 test then. This was hard. I hate that test. The great thing is, I think this is higher though. This passing score looks higher than the past. I think the past was like 62%.
But if we do the math here, this only works out. You only have to get 50
Like
questions
40?
right if you
Not
get
too
the
many.
full 75.
40 was the last one.
40 was the last one, but I'm using these numbers right here. 2/3 of 75 is 50.
Basically on this one,
You gotta get
feel
50
comfortable with roughly about 50 questions.
So pro tip, if anybody's going to go take the test next week, run through the test so you get through all of them. Because the last thing you want to do is take up 3 hours and not finish all 75 questions. There's 5 certifications, Vector. Well, now
there's 5 Atlassian certified professional certifications.
There's like a dozen ACAs.
There's a couple of there's a growing list of Atlassian certified associates, which are geared toward more of a user / power user for things like Jira and Confluence, different features in Jira.
Yeah.
So looking at the how many minutes you get and how many questions you could have max, you roughly have 2.4 minutes per question that you can sit there and ponder on. And I want to make this point here because a lot of the questions, and Alex, I know me and you have talked about these, are what I call slam dunks. You read the question and you know the answer before you even read the answers.
That's the part that's scary in the 620, because when I went through that and I went through my slam dunks, I had like 20. I was like, this is going to be bad.
I had about 50 slam dunks and I'm like, okay, I'm good.
No, I had 20 slam dunks, 20 like I have no idea if these are right, and the rest I'm like, I have no idea at all. And so I just hit submit.
You didn't do bad.
I did not. I got like an 85, which I'm happy, but that 620 was a doozy. I'm not
wait, 85 or 95?
85.
Okay.
Ronnie got like the 90 something, right, Ronnie?
Yeah, I got the 90 something this time.
Yeah, after I give you the heads up to study for those damn reporting questions. I missed every
I'm already good at the reports anyways, so
I hate the reports. All right, and then let's talk
back to my point. I was talking about those slam dunk questions are going to save you a lot of time. So you have the time for those questions where you just don't know.
Yeah.
Sit there and kind of try and suss them out and get the best possibility to get the right answer.
Yeah, there's questions where you're going to take less than 20 seconds to answer because you just know it. There's going to be questions where you got to reread it 2 or 3 times, but you can flag and come back because I don't like wasting time. The moment I'm taking more than 30 seconds to answer a question, I'll kind of flag it and come back to it because I don't even want to waste the time or the cognitive load, because it takes time to focus on big questions, which the 620 is flooded with.
I'll usually give it my best guess and still flag it and then move on because
I just don't like reading paragraphs and paragraphs, which again,
the point here, and Alex brought this up beautifully, is you can go back to questions. It's not once you answer it, it's done. You could go back. You could skip a question for now. I don't like skipping questions because I've taken way too many tests where that's not an option. So it freaks me out a little bit every time I do skip a question. So I'll answer it just so I know if things go absolutely sideways and I take 120 minutes on the last 20 questions for whatever reason, at least have everything up to answered and I have a chance for those points.
Good point. I recommend proctored if you have the room and quietness, because they will make you like literally not have anything in your room.
They will
I'd recommend-
make you cover up or take down pictures. They'll make you cover up books. If you have an empty room with nothing on the walls and like a folding table in the center, that's their ideal setup for you for
And
a proctored online.
That's what I've done on previous exams in the past. Just set up a folding table, a chair right behind it, and just in the middle of the hallway where I'm at. There's nothing on the walls, nothing on the floor, nothing on the ceiling, because yes, they will ask you to point your camera at those certain spots.
Mhm.
And I take it from my laptop, make sure that it is plugged in.
So
If
I always prefer to do an in-person, and where possible, I
too.
tried
Same here.
to talk Alex into this. I
No.
love taking them at events.
That's the worst thing to do. It's a great thing for regular people, but for us, every second counts at team. I'm not going to spend 3 hours in the exam room. That's not going to happen.
Alex, you're not going to spend 3 hours in the exam room anyway. We're just talking about this.
It doesn't matter. The fact that I'm allocating 3 hours of my time to this, don't take it. If you're just an attendee, take it at teams. But if you're a champion in any way, shape, or form, don't waste your time. Go talk to people. Go network.
I will note that I am taking this at Barcelona. I've already signed up for it. I could not convince Alex to go with me. But on our official schedule for that day, I've only allocated an hour because that's all I'm expecting to take.
Like you all know, I'm gonna record and walk in. I like in person. The place that I go to, you want to stake it out. Don't make it. Don't get a testing station too close to the freeways, because depending on the installation, I've had that scenario where there's just way too much outside traffic noise coming in through the walls. You also got to consider that in the in-persons, you have other people in there with you. And so if you're sensitive to coughs or any noise, including people coming in and out because other people are coming to take a test, I should say, and people are finishing their test and leaving, right? So you have a lot of noise. There's a lot of distractions in the in-person. If you're sensitive to that, if you can just lock in, then you're good. But there's a lot more.
I have passed 5 or 6 times I've taken it, which that's a whole nother point for me. They've had earplugs available.
They do, but it's still like every time somebody coughs, I start my question all over. Wherever I'm at, I gotta start all over.
I don't really have that problem. So
you also get wanded. You get wanded if you're wearing pants. You got to pull your pants up, like to show your ankles. You have to empty out all your pockets. You got to put everything in a locker. So you're allowed to take a key, and they give you a pencil. They give you paper, and you got to bring that all back with you.
I will say you will be wanded, absolutely. But if you have a medical implant, be sure you have that card saying yes, that you do in fact have a medical implant. So they're like, yeah, don't wand me like right here where the implant is, please.
By the way, make sure you go to the restroom before the exam.
Although
oftentimes when you're taking the exam, you're not allowed to leave the area.
I think it depends on your test though, because when I was there, some guy was taking like an FBI one, and he asked if he can use the restroom, and he's like, "Let me check." And so like the host has like like exam details or whatever of what they are allowed to do, because the guy that was in front of me for the FBI one, like he had to be wanded, but they had like another device for him, and like mine was just a wand, and then the other person after me, he was no wand whatsoever. So like each test in the world, right, not just that lasting ones, they have different requirements and rules. But for mine, he said I could use the restroom and just the timer just doesn't stop.
I think some of these policies, because Sean's pointing out he's never been wanded, it really depends on what the policy at your specific test taking center is and what your specific exam, because the people that do the in-person exam, PSI currently, they do a bunch of different exams. They don't only do Atlassian exams.
Right.
Yep.
So as
check with them, ask them.
Yeah. Sometimes you get lucky and they'll let you use the bathroom. Sometimes they're very strict on that. Sometimes they want you, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they lock your stuff up in a locker or something. It's very get to know your specific testing center, which is not great advice if this is your first exam, but
scope it out
kind of
like the day
situation.
before too, because and if you show up early, like so I've shown up early to my test like by 30 minutes, and they usually like as soon as they get in, they start processing people. And then once you get, because it does take about 15 minutes to check your ID, they have to go in, turn on the computer to your test, and then they gotta do the security check, and then they gotta give you the paper, they check your pockets and all that stuff. So it takes like 15 minutes to get in. So if your test starts at 9, get there like 30 minutes early so you can get processed, and then hope that nobody else is in front of you in the line, because then there's a line.
Mm-hmm.
Show up the day before and hide notes. This guy.
That advice today brought to you by a release team.
How not to pass the ACP-420 is.
Vector's over here taking rectal checks, man. What the heck are you guys going? I would say also as we move on to this schedule it now, because you can schedule like 90 days out, but there's no better thing than to put yourself a date so you have to study, because if you don't and you push it off, then you're just gonna push it off.
And I will say that Alex is speaking from experience. When he was very hesitant to take his first exam, I told him, Rodney told him, Mark Ruth told him, the ladies that
wrote the exam
are on the certification team told him, very first thing you do, schedule that exam, just so that you have that target for when to actually do it, and it kind of prevents you from procrastinating.
Either that or Parkinson's law. One of them's gonna win.
I mean, I've already got mine scheduled for I believe it's October 6th. So I just got to figure out how I could sign up Alex on October 6th for him.
I already have plans on October 6th.
And that's why I'm going to do it for you, man. I'm being considerate.
My schedule's already occupied October 6th. What is that, a Sunday?
No, that's the Monday.
The Monday? I'm definitely going to be busy on that Monday. Do check out, if this is the first time you're going to your test facility, do check out traffic conditions and stuff, because I take it on a Saturday, so I don't usually get traffic, but I also took it on the day of the No Kings Day, and it was in Riverside, and there's a huge Hispanic population in Riverside. So I gave myself an extra hour to get there just in case there were freeway closures or road closures due to protests and stuff. So take them back, or consider external factors beyond just traffic conditions.
All right, this is a great question from Vector. Really great participation chat, by the way. Thank you, Vector. How long were you guys actually using the product prior to getting certified? I mean, in a development role. I can't answer for a development role because I was a Jira admin from the get-go.
Yeah, we don't really use these tools for, I don't know that he means development per se. I would say like technical, like that you're actually actively using it. But I would still say with Sean's answer, it's years. You can't, this is not a fax, like an security plus is like, what's the port 20 do? What does port 44 do? What does port, 180 do, right? Like these are not regurgitate facts and data. You will have like 10 questions that are facts. All the other ones you got to think about. You got to read a scenario, understand the scenario, and then do something with that scenario.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw the it depends. This is where Atlassian has said at least 6 months, if not a year or more.
The
And it
old
also
advice
depends on
used
the
to be
exam.
2 years from Atlassian.
Right. A lot of the ACP exams, the especially like the 120 and probably the new Confluence one, definitely like at least a year, maybe 2, is especially since the realm of what you need as far as being a Jira admin or being a Confluence admin is pretty vast.
But I would
Some of
say
these other ones, not as much as a year.
I don't think time is as important as you just got to know your stuff in it.
Yep.
So if that takes you 6 months, if that takes you 6 weeks, if that takes you 6 years, it's up to you on how you learn. But you cannot walk into the test hoping to say, "Oh, I know what a queue is. I know what a SLA is." Like you're not going to do well just knowing facts.
And then Sean's bringing up his counterpoint of years of experience working against you in the
Dude,
exam.
This is particularly
520.
true for the 420 and 620, which are project level exams.
The
Where
520
520 is also a different creature altogether, but for these project level exams, you've got to get out of your head as a Jira admin and go, okay, what can I do on a project level that doesn't involve my super user permissions?
I haven't taken the test yet, but I would argue that 15 years of ITSM is probably not going to help the most because I don't think that the test is testing the ITSM principles, if you will.
The old exam did. This exam is more product centric, so it's
You got to know Jira.
Yeah, you got to know JSM.
All right, what else do we got here? Valid for
just
24
one
months.
more point. Yeah, one more point. What happens when you fail the exam? Which I think of this group, only I can say something about this.
Bob,
truth be told, and I've not been shy about this. The first time I took my, I believe it was the ACP-420 Confluence admin for data center, I did not do well. I missed the certification by like 1 percentage point. So, I mean, I did all right, but a fail is still a fail. So, what happens when you do not pass? What happens is there is a cooling off period. I think it's about 2 weeks where you cannot retake the exam for those 2 weeks. But on the flip side, as kind of consolation prize, you do get a discount on the next exam, but you do have to pay something for that exam.
I'm actually surprised. They give you a 2 week cooldown period. Given the way that most of us use go to the testing sites, right? Mm-hmm. Those things are scheduled out like at least a month in advance, and so you easily meet the cooling off period.
And that's if you go to the same testing site. I'm usually of the opinion that I go to whatever testing site's available that's within a reasonable distance from me.
I would also say in all this cost and stuff, just talk to your boss too, because sometimes companies just either reimburse you or pay for the exam. Check your continuing. And when I was at Boeing, we'd get like thousands of dollars a year to take certifications. Keep going. Oh, wait, 24 hours or 24 months. Going to community-led courses, going to community events, going to Atlassian conferences will all help you renew. So you just want to be active in the Atlassian community, and you don't have to take a test again.
Nope.
That's true, but you also have to make sure that you record all of that information in the certification portal.
Don't just blindly show up.
Yeah, don't
I will note, I have now maxed out everything on the CLCs I could do, on the conferences I could do, on the Atlassian community events that you can talk at. I've maxed those out, and I'm still a few points shy. And for me, that's by design.
'Cause you're
because I
missing the
didn't
team
want
one.
to renew too early. I
You're
want to
missing the
maximize that.
That
Huh?
means you have to start taking some courses in either Atlassian University, or if you work for a partner, the Enablement Academy.
Wait, Ronnie, you didn't put any of the well, I started putting in all the ones we took for last test. And you're gonna be able to
Well,
put the
yeah,
ones
you've done all these for the last test. There's a reason I volunteered to do it for this test.
I gotta run through them too. I did all the Forge ones too. But yeah, we're trying to see. I think you should get credit. So if you are looking, make sure you come over to the Builder Summit. This is a CLC. It's officially sanctioned, so you should be getting credit for your certifications as well. So if you needed another reason to attend, other than the snacks that we're gonna have.
You also get credit for attending A's events such as the Jira Life podcast, recorded every Thursday at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific.
Shameless
Just
plugs, folks.
Shameless plugs.
And then Bob's like, make it on over to Phoenix since we have an event this week. No, Bob?
Not this week.
Next week?
I
There's
know
a
we
virtual
just
event
held
happening.
one. I mean, we've been doing virtual events. When it gets hot outside, we do virtual events. We're not going to do an in-person event, probably not until like October or so.
Invite me. I need some more thumb barbecue.
You might be busy in October, Alex.
I will be very busy in October, but November is wide open.
Oh, we have you penciled in for November.
Cool.
It'd be nice if I could just drive over there too. It's a little bit more of a drive for me.
All right, where are we going on to next? So we got 15 minutes left.
All right, so I just want to bring up this. This you could get from Atlassian on the same page I was just at.
Right.
I think it's up towards, here. Download the PDF. This actually breaks down the topics even further. So we're talking about distinguish among users, product roles, and permissions. This actually goes in detail what specifically that entails. And I'm not going to go through all these today because
all the things we're just guessing.
Yeah, we're gonna as we create this series, we're gonna be looking at this document with a fine-tooth comb, because this is there's a reason why they call this the blueprint.
Mm-hmm.
So this will give you everything that you need to know if you have any questions at all of what could possibly be on the exam. This is it.
So this is going to be our Bible for studying. It's something you should download. And seriously, if you don't have your own Atlassian test instance, set one up for yourself as you go through these study sessions. Play around with Jira directly. Do not take our word as gospel. Where we have questions, we'll open up JSM ourselves and we'll test things. And even if that takes a little bit of time to set up a test, we'll want to know, okay, how does this actually work in Jira? So you want to be able to do that same thing for yourself. Where you have questions that maybe we breeze through, but you're not sure, you could have your own test instance, set it up, and break if you want to.
Right. And an important thing to consider here is this. Given that one of the sections, assets in particular, is a JSM premium option, you need to, if you're going to set up a test instance and you don't have the money for a JSM license, it is a 30-day premium trial. So you have everything for 30 days.
And more.
Okay. Alex is going to show you how to cheat Atlassian out of turning that into the free plan.
Because we did not tempt fate enough during the last TJL episode with the Atlassian lawyers.
I'm just saying, why is there a loophole if they don't want you to take advantage of it? But seriously, Atlassian lawyers, has anybody been contacted yet? Sean?
No.
Has anybody called you? Because you're usually the one that gets the call.
I can neither confirm nor deny, so.
All right. So we have a lot to cover. So we ask you in the chat to help keep us accountable because Rodney likes to go in tangents and talk about Disney all the
Rodney
time.
likes to go on tangents.
Yeah.
There's a
Who's
there's
the
a,
one
there's
here
a
who's
reason
famous
why
for
I've
not
been
following
invited back.
scripts?
You all are funny. All right. So,
Mhm.
but once we go, so we're going to cover this, but we're going to come this basically at the end to double check, but we're going to be focusing on something else, right, Ronnie?
Yeah. Atlassian, as part of the prep, has prepared a series of course materials that we're going to do our initial focus on. And we're going to use these 4 courses that we have bookmarked here. I'll actually be going through the courses live with everyone as we go through, talk about what each thing is. And this is going to be our initial pass through that list using the material Atlassian has provided and said this is for the exam.
Yeah. I will tell you that from an insider, there's going to be questions about services, entitlements, AI prompts, and virtual agents, which aren't really going to be covered all that much in these courses that we're going to take for free. So we're going to make sure to give you extra content around that stuff. Look at examples inside of JSM itself, try to make up for it. But we've been told that this stuff doesn't really cover a good percentage of what's on the test.
To be clear, these course materials should get you enough to get you over that
get the
50
50?
question mark, but we don't want to just we don't want to just pass it. We want to excel at it. So we are going to try and
Speak
prepare
for
you.
yourself, man. These get degrees.
And have you gotten a D yet on one of these exams?
On the last one, I thought I was going to. I was pleasantly surprised.
I didn't say thought. I said, what did you actually get?
I went in. When I clicked that button, I was expecting a 60 something on that screen. And I was going to be okay with it. I came to peace.
I mean, Alex does have a point here. It feels great to go in above and beyond, but 51 is enough to pass the exam. And that's the bare minimum I'm trying to get for slam dunks when I'm taking these exams. Doesn't always happen. As Alex said, he didn't get that for the last exam. I've had exams where I didn't get the 50 mark, and as I said, I've had exams where I didn't pass too. So, you know.
But I am a little bummed that they've made this one harder to pass.
I'm not.
I am. Because the AC,
I mean,
the 520 is a 62%. Oh, shoot. The one
sitting there going back and looking at the other ones.
The 120 is a 63%.
I have a feeling these numbers are not accidents, Alex.
They're not. There's a reason why these numbers, the cutoff marks are.
So the 620 is a 60%. So this is like the highest one. So either the test is freaking easy, or
have you checked Confluence? Because I would not be surprised if the new Confluence one is as difficult as the old Confluence one.
67% for the new Confluence one. Atlassian's just up in the ante. They want you to score 1 or 2 more points.
Why can't I just have kept my Confluence certification? They retired it just to make a new one.
They retired it, and the way you could renew it was through a badge, and then they retired the badge too. So
I'm just saying, Atlassian's raising the bar here. We got to get closer to a C. I liked it when it was closer to a D.
I mean, when I first started on my certification journey more years ago than I'm going to reveal on here, the 70% was the minimum. So, Bob, we were asking earlier before you jumped on, how many sessions are going to take us to get through all the material? And Hayes guessed 14 sessions. I'm thinking 18.
I'm going to split the difference. I'm going to go with an even 16.
I think it's going to be 20.
You think it's going to be 20? Well, we're going to be doing 2 a week for the next X number of weeks. I don't think it's going to be 3 sessions, Sean, but thank you for the vote of confidence. And we've got therefore 16 sessions before I take the exam. So I'm probably going to be taking the exam before we finish again because Barcelona.
And I'll be taking it well after October 22nd, then to the 24th.
So Sean has given me my mission. My mission is to get you guys on track enough that it doesn't take 20 episodes.
Everybody comes for the episodes. I will tell you though, the faster we go, the easier it is to edit this video because the rendering takes forever off of a 20-hour video.
Again, I know you, Alex, and I know we're on tangents officially now. I know you and your Macs and all that, but
No.
it did not take that long on my Windows computer. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna go get a 5090 just for this edit, for this render. $3,000.
I mean, that should be my 4060, so we'll probably be a good investment there.
Sean's got to run. We got to run. We all got to run. Folks, sign up for the Atlassian Builders Conference if you haven't already. We hope to see you there. It's going to be the event of the year, at least in SoCal. Wait, second SoCal?
I was going to say, wait a minute. Wasn't Team the event of the year?
It'll be the smallest event of the year.
Team 25 Europe is even above it. I am seriously looking forward to Europe, though, Alex. I cannot wait for October. It's going to be a fun month.
Oh, I can wait. It can take another 6 months.
Yeah, no. It needs
Bobby
to be next
should go
month.
on my place. We'll just send Bob.
I don't think it works like that.
Too late.
Bob does not look like an Alex.
I mean,
too late.
I'm sure we can figure it out.
And I believe these tickets are non-refundable. So,
yep. But our next episode for this study session will be Wednesday, August 6th. Again, we're trying this new time slot, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. Let us know in the chat how this works for you guys. If you like the later time slot, the Atlassian live stream calendar is getting very full as of late. So trying to find a time slot for this was entertaining.
Took us a month. And people that said we're going to be here couldn't even make it without telling us.
I mean, vacation is vacation, man.
Yep.
If it came between vacation with my family and seeing you guys, I would drop you guys in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
and
you would at least have the
perfectly
courtesy to
accept
tell
that.
us. But you would have the courtesy to tell us.
And we got that fixed.
Yeah.
You just weren't in the room.
Apparently. Nobody gave
I think
me
Bob
the
fixed
update.
it, last night, this morning, sometime.
The what?
We have a vacation calendar now.
Oh, we have a vacation calendar?
Yes.
Oh.
But
Did you put bacon in there?
I will after the
Technically
show.
not a vacation.
I mean, Bob, we say it's not a vacation, but let's be honest. It's a little bit of a vacation.
Not if the IRS is asking.
For some people.
Are you kidding me?
Hey,
Man?
after team, I deserve to be on the other side of the coin.
I slept 4 hours a day at team this year.
But everyone, thanks for watching. Alex, Bob, thank you for joining us. And we'll catch you guys Wednesday.
Yep. See you on the flip side.